Imagine for a moment that you are in the safest place in the world. Perhaps it's your bedroom, quiet, with a soft afternoon light filtering through the window. Perhaps it's a peaceful park, or simply a moment of calm on the sofa after a productive day. You look around and nothing seems out of place. There are no urgent debts you can't handle, no open conflicts keeping you up at night, no threats lurking behind the door. Everything, technically, is fine. And yet, in the center of your chest, there's a knot that won't unravel. An electric sensation courses through your arms, your breath catches midair, as if your lungs have forgotten how to fully expand. Your mind, despite the surrounding silence, is a cauldron of voices asking, what if something happens? Why do I feel this way? What am I forgetting? Why can't I just enjoy this moment of peace? If you identify with this, the first thing I want you to do is relax your shoulders. Let them drop. You're not crazy, you're not broken, and most importantly, you're not in danger, even if your body insists on telling you otherwise. What you're experiencing has a profound logical explanation, and above all, a solution that doesn't involve fighting against yourself, but rather starting to understand yourself in a new way. Most of us have grown up with a very linear idea of what anxiety is. We think that anxiety is a direct response to a problem. If there's an exam, there's anxiety. If there's an argument, there's anxiety. If there's an economic crisis, there's anxiety. Following that logic, if the problem disappears, the anxiety should vanish with it. But reality is much more complex and sometimes frustrating. Why are you still restless even after you've resolved the conflict? Why is your body still activated in high alert mode, even if you're on vacation or enjoying a quiet Sunday? Let us know in the comments if you've ever felt this way. The fundamental mistake we make is confusing the event with the pattern. The event is what happens outside of you, but anxiety over time ceases to be a response to the external world and becomes an internal inertia. It's like a car that's been speeding down a highway for hours. When you finally reach your destination and turn off the engine, the car doesn't cool down instantly. If you touch the hood, it's scorching hot. If you listen closely, you'll hear the metal crunch as it settles. The journey is over. The car is parked in a secure garage, but the system is still radiating the heat of speed. Your nervous system works in exactly the same way. If you've spent weeks, months, or even years living under pressure, your body has learned that being on high alert is the only way to survive. You've trained your neurons to scan the horizon for threats. You've become an expert night watchman for your own life. And now, when the sun finally rises and the danger recedes, your brain doesn't know how to relinquish its guard duty. The watchman remains, flashlight on, illuminating the shadows in the garden, convinced that if he lets his guard down for even a second, something terrible will happen. This constant vigilance comes at a price. It keeps you in a state of underlying tension, a white noise of unease that dulls your moments of joy. It's what some psychologists call trait anxiety, or simply an inertia of the sympathetic nervous system. It's not that something is happening now, it's that your body is stuck in the on position. And the more you try to force calm, the more you confirm to your brain that there's something to worry about. Because think about it, if everything were truly fine, why would you be making such an effort to relax? By fighting for calm, you send the message to your amygdala that anxiety itself is the new enemy, the new tiger chasing you. From the perspective of Buddhism and many Eastern philosophies, we are offered an essential key to understanding this state. It is said that suffering doesn't stem from what happens to us, but from our resistance to what is. Buddhism speaks of the second arrow. The first arrow is the inevitable pain of life, a health problem, a loss, an uncomfortable physical sensation. We cannot avoid that. But the second arrow is our reaction to that pain. It's the why do I feel this way, the this shouldn't be happening, the I have to get rid of this now. That second arrow is what truly wounds us deeply. The anxiety you feel today is often that second arrow. It's the fear of feeling fear. It's the tension you create by trying to run away from a sensation that is already in your body. Your mind, in its desperate attempt to protect you, has created a habit: living on stage. We rarely inhabit the present in its purest form. We are almost always rehearsing the future or reviewing the past. We imagine losses that haven't happened, rehearse arguments we'll never have, and visualize mistakes we haven't yet made. And the most incredible thing about our biology is that the body can't distinguish between a thought and reality. If you imagine clearly enough that you're going to lose your job, your body will release cortisol and adrenaline as if you were seeing the termination letter right in front of your eyes. Your body is being bombarded with stories, and those stories are what keep the fire of anxiety burning, even when your physical reality is one of absolute peace. The mind believes it's helping. It believes that if it anticipates the pain, it will hurt less when it arrives. It believes that worry is a form of control, a kind of advance payment that guarantees us security, but it's an illusion. Worry doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It only empties today of its strength. And meanwhile, your body continues to receive the order to be ready for battle. I want you to stop for a second and ask yourself an honest question, without judgment. How many times in your life has the very thing you were so worried about actually happened? If you look back, you'll realize that the vast majority of your catastrophes only occurred in your head. You've survived 1,000 storms that never even got you wet, but your body reacted to each one as if they were real hurricanes. You've worn out your heart and nerves rehearsing tragedies that never played out. When we understand this, we begin to see the mistake we systematically make when anxiety appears for no apparent reason. The mistake is turning anxiety into an enemy. The moment you feel that knot in your stomach and think, "Oh no, not again," you've set off the fire alarm simply because you see a little smoke. You try to eliminate the feeling. You look for a technique, a pill, a distraction, anything to get you out of there. And in that act of fleeing, you agree with your brain. You're right, what I'm feeling is dangerous. We have to escape. Fighting anxiety is like trying to calm ocean waves by hitting them with a stick. All you manage to do is stir up more water and exhaust yourself. Anxiety is energy that demands to be felt, not resolved. Because often there's nothing to resolve. It's just excess energy, just the engine cooling down, just the echo of an old battle that's already over. The change of approach I propose today is radically different from what we usually hear. Instead of asking yourself, "How do I get rid of this?" I invite you to ask yourself, "What future am I trying to control right now?" When anxiety arrives in the middle of a quiet afternoon, don't try to breathe to make it go away. Breathe to give it space. Observe the sensation in your body as if you were a scientist studying a natural phenomenon. There's the pressure in my chest. There's the tingling in my hands. There's the thought that something bad is going to happen. Name what's happening. Putting words to the emotion activates the prefrontal cortex and calms the amygdala. Say to yourself or write it in the comments, "I'm trying to control whether next week's project will go well. I'm trying to control whether people will accept me. I'm trying to control the uncertainty of life." By naming it, you make it concrete. And when it's concrete, it stops being that invisible monster suffocating you and becomes what it really is: a thought about the future that's triggering a physical response in the present. You don't need the anxiety to disappear to be okay. This is perhaps the hardest concept to grasp, but also the most liberating. You can be anxious and at the same time be safe. You can feel your heart racing and at the same time know that you don't have to do anything about it. Peace is not the absence of uncomfortable sensations. Peace is the absence of conflict with those sensations. When you stop fighting your anxiety, when you stop seeing it as a sign that something is wrong with you, anxiety loses its fuel. The fuel for anxiety is the fear of anxiety itself. Without that fear, the physical sensation lingers for a while, out of inertia, but it no longer has the power to drag you down. Imagine you are the sky. The sky is vast, calm, and unchanging. And anxiety is just a storm that crosses that sky. Sometimes it is a thunderstorm, noisy and dark. Sometimes it is just a persistent mist. But no storm, however violent, can harm the sky. The sky simply allows the storm to pass, knowing that, by definition, all storms have a beginning and an end. Your consciousness is that sky. Your physical sensations and catastrophic thoughts are just the weather. Don't try to push the clouds, it won't work. Just stay there, watch how they move, and remember that you are the space where all of this happens, not the cloud. To integrate this in your daily life, I propose a very simple yet profoundly transformative exercise. It's a retraining exercise for your brain. The next time you feel that unease for no reason, when everything is fine on the outside but everything is chaotic on the inside, don't immediately seek calm. Instead, seek clarity. Take a notebook or simply close your eyes and complete these two sentences with complete honesty. The first is, my mind is trying to protect me from. Fill in the blank. It could be from failure, from loneliness, from illness, from what others will say. Recognize that your mind has a positive intention. It's not your enemy, it's a slightly paranoid bodyguard who loves you very much and doesn't want you to suffer. By recognizing its intention, you stop seeing it as a malfunction in your system. The second sentence is, I don't need to resolve this right now. This sentence anchors you to the present. Anxiety always pushes you toward immediate action, telling you that you have to do something now to be safe. By telling yourself that you don't need to resolve that hypothetical future right now, you give your nervous system permission to start cooling down. You're not saying the problem doesn't matter. You're saying that right now, on this couch, in this light, there's no action to be taken. This exercise isn't about making anxiety magically disappear, although sometimes it does. What it's about is changing your relationship with it. It's about shifting from being a victim of your feelings to becoming an observer of your processes. Over time, this habit of observation creates distance, and it's in that distance that true freedom resides. It's crucial to understand that we live in a culture that sells us the idea that we must be happy and relaxed 100% of the time. We're told that if we're not in a state of absolute well-being, it's because we're doing something wrong, or because we need to buy something, or because we have a disorder that needs correcting. This pressure to be okay is, ironically, one of the biggest sources of modern anxiety. It creates an unattainable goal. The truth is, being human necessarily involves having an alert system that sometimes malfunctions. It means having a mind that races toward the future because it's designed to plan and survive. It means having a body that remembers past traumas or tensions and projects them into the present. Feeling anxious when everything is fine isn't a manufacturing defect. It's simply a function of your brain that has become overly efficient. Nothing is happening right now. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel the weight of your body on the chair or the bed. Feel the touch of your clothes against your skin. That's the only thing that's real. The rest, the worries about tomorrow, the judgments about what you feel, the fears of what's to come, are just projections from a time machine inside your head. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be calm all the time. You don't have to have resolved all your traumas to enjoy this moment. Peace isn't something you achieve after eliminating all your problems. Peace is what remains when you stop fighting your present reality, whatever it may be. Breathe. Not to calm yourself, but to feel that you are alive. Look around you once more. In this very moment, in this eternal now, you are safe. Your mind can continue screaming, can continue creating horror stories, but you are not obligated to live within them. You are free to observe the storm from the window of your consciousness, dry and secure, knowing that sooner or later the wind will stop blowing. We become prisoners of our own self-perception. Anxiety ceases to be something we have and becomes something we are. We begin to avoid places, people, or situations, not because they are dangerous, but because we are afraid that the feeling of anxiety will appear there. Our life shrinks, becomes smaller, all in a futile attempt not to awaken the monster within. But the monster is not outside. It is simply our own shadow projected by a flashlight we ourselves are holding. Often we spend years in therapy or reading self-help books asking ourselves, why do I feel this way? We search in our childhood, in our past traumas, in our genetics. And while understanding the root can be helpful, sometimes the question, why, becomes another form of resistance. We believe that if we find the exact cause, the anxiety will go away. But anxiety isn't a logical puzzle to be solved with intellect. It's a physiological state that is transformed by presence. Knowing that your anxiety stems from an overprotective mother or a stressful job doesn't necessarily stop the tingling in your hands right now. What stops the tingling is the ability to be with it without trying to change it. Means shifting from asking why to observing how. How does this feel in my body right now? Where does the sensation begin and end? By observing the how, you stop feeding the why, and the cycle begins to break down from sheer exhaustion of the mental narrative. We tend to be our own fiercest critics. When we feel anxious in a moment when we should be happy, we punish ourselves. I should be enjoying myself. I'm ungrateful. Look at me here with everything going for me and feeling terrible. This self-loathing is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Judgment activates the same areas of the brain as physical danger. When you judge yourself, you become your own aggressor. Compassion, on the other hand, isn't just a nice or spiritual idea. It's a biological intervention. When you speak to yourself with kindness, when you tell yourself it's okay to feel this way, my body is just trying to protect me, you activate the calming system linked to oxytocin. Self-compassion is the switch that turns off the amygdala's alarm. It's like saying to the night watchman, thank you for your work. I see you, I understand you're scared, but you can rest a little now. In a society obsessed with productivity, we've forgotten the value of inaction. When anxiety arises, our first reaction is to do something. Meditate, run, call a friend, clean the house. Anything to avoid feeling. But sometimes the most powerful medicine is to sit with the discomfort, to allow the knot in your chest to be there without trying to untie it. By doing nothing, you show your brain that the sensation isn't an emergency. If it were an emergency, you'd be running. If you sit still, breathing gently while your heart races, you're sending the most powerful possible signal to your nervous system. There's no real danger. If there were, I wouldn't be sitting here observing my sensations. It's a form of reverse biofeedback. The body ends up following the signal of stillness sent by consciousness. Instead of viewing anxiety as a system error, we can see it as an upgrade signal. It's telling us that the way we're living is no longer sustainable for our biology. It's inviting us to slow down, prioritize rest, and set boundaries. If you listen carefully, behind the noise of worry, there's often a very small voice asking permission to be heard. Living in the present doesn't mean we don't plan for the future or ignore the past. It means recognizing that the only place we have real power is here and now. Anxiety is the price we pay for the gift of imagination when we don't know how to turn it off. We have the ability to project ourselves into the future, but we often get lost in those projections. Accepting anxiety doesn't mean you like it. It doesn't mean you want it to stay forever. It means letting go of wishing the present moment were different from what it is. It means saying, right now there is anxiety and that's just how it is. Interestingly, the moment you stop fighting to get rid of it, anxiety loses its purpose. It dissolves not because you've conquered it, but because you've stopped feeding it with your resistance. This acceptance is the greatest act of courage a human being can perform. It's facing the most primal fear, the fear of one's own discomfort, and deciding not to run away. It's standing still in the eye of the storm. And there, in that center, you'll discover something astonishing. That you've always been free, that you've always been safe, and that the peace you sought wasn't at the end of a path without anxiety, but in the compassionate embrace of all that you are, here and now. Finally, understand that this process isn't linear. There will be days of crystal clarity and days when the knot in your chest will seem unbearable again. It doesn't matter. Every time you choose observation over reaction, you're rewiring your brain. You're transitioning from a reactive, fear-based system to a conscious, presence-based being. Don't look for a cure because you were not sick. Seek deeper understanding. Anxiety is part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to be the conductor of your orchestra. You are the conductor. You can allow the violin of unease to play from time to time without letting it ruin the entire symphony. Keep walking, keep breathing, keep observing. The afternoon light still streams through the window. The silence is still there, and you, despite everything, remain the master of your own inner space. And that understanding, that small shift in perspective, is what truly changes everything. It's not a trick, it's a biological and spiritual truth. The present is the only place where anxiety cannot survive long-term, because anxiety needs the future to feed on it. If you stay here with me in this moment, anxiety runs out of air. Stay here a moment longer. There's no rush to go anywhere. There's nothing to fix in this second. Just be, just breathe, just observe. Everything is okay, even if your body hasn't realized it yet. It will. Give it time. Give it space. Give it permission to simply be as it is. If this video has made you feel that everything will pass and that you can overcome anything, please like and subscribe. Rest in that truth. There's nothing to fix. There's only life happening with all its intensity, all its strangeness, all its beauty. And you are here to witness it, not an inch out of place. Everything is okay. Truly, everything is okay.